Hi traders, let's take a look at these weekly pivots because they've been such a key feature of what I've been doing recently. And today we had a nice big move to weekly pivot 2, S2. We broke up into this area of resistance, and then S1 was bought, and then we were just drifting around here. So if you did nothing but wait until the data's out, bought this 430, sold this resistance, and bought back at SW1, you've got a nice little wave. Okay, so you can't expect to get every point that's out there. So if you simply just bought that S1, literally had an order down there at 430 and did nothing, you would still end up with 100 points. Okay, so the pound US has done very well. If I just delete this drawing a second, that clarifies things for you. So you can see we sold off from the weekly pivot on the Monday, dropped to S1, pulled back into resistance, dropped to S2, pulled back to resistance. Okay, so nice move. So as for tomorrow and the rest of the week, if we can break 155.45, I'll just put that line in there. This line here, we can break that. I'd expect at least 156 to come back to us. Okay, this is potentially a nice W pattern. So you've got a very steep downside to the W pattern, but break here, and I think we're going back to 156. So tomorrow, if we see this S1 again, that is a good place to get in, and S1 is 155. So literally just 25 points. In fact, I would even go as far as to put an order in overnight to see if the Asian session can drag that down to 155. Otherwise, see what happens tomorrow in the Euro session and then pick up any lows, assuming that pans out. So let's look at the daily in this one. And in the daily, you can see we've got two bottoming tails now. And if we put the fibs on the 2013 move, you can see we've just got 50% above us. So if we get to 156, the weekly pivot, and break 156, then I'd expect to see 158. Okay, deep bottoming tails. So the drops down to these lows are huge, and a lot of pivots down here. There's a cluster of moving averages. So I do like the pound for the long, but it's still got a lot of work to do. We have effectively got two lower closes. Right, let's look around the Dow. It's not quite closed yet, nearly. And so we've pulled back. Let me get rid of that alarm. It's become irrelevant now. If we can hold this 14,850, then I'd expect 15,000, but start to weaken here and sell off, and I'd expect to break this low and find a low level daily. Potential stopping bar. I have seen a lot of downside. Since we topped here, so we stayed up here for a while, but as soon as we came down, pulled back to that area here, pulled back. So this is a lot of resistance. So if all we end up doing is tomorrow is just rolling over, I'd expect to see 14,500. Okay, RSI is divergent, so there is a divergency going on. So if we hold this, we could definitely let me clear that, because this is a potential reversal pattern. Now we start closing above here, I would definitely see that recovering. And is it swing tradable? You could buy a pullback there to this support from this level here with a stop just under there. This is a really tight stop, about a 50-point stop, and under the lows here to see if we can come here and then burst up. I wouldn't risk any more capital than that, but it's we are seeing some selling pressure into the close, but on the whole that stood up pretty well today. Oil. So oil almost got to R3. That's a massive reversal bar. I think we will just see a pullback to 108, at which point I think that will get bought. I'm not looking for that as a key reversal, although if we came down to this level here and didn't hold it, then yes I would. But I think we will drop down, hold, come down to perhaps one of these levels here, 107, and then go back up. Okay, I think that's a really nice wedge pattern we've broken out of there. Now we've broken out of here, I think this retest will hold. So this alarm, I'm going to keep this alarm here at 107.36 and look to buy 107.36 area. Let's look at the FTSE. That's done. That's very similar to the Dow. Okay. Moving on to stocks. This is Rolls-Royce. A huge support down here today. For some reason that alarm's not gone off, which is annoying. Bottoming tail. We came down here and had before the last run up. So we're in a massive box. So testing the underside of the box is no big deal, as long as we don't start closing under here. So if we can now move sideways and start to close above, then I would expect to see that higher. But Rolls-Royce is suffering from the high oil price, I think. Premier Foods. Let's just look at where this is a lovely pattern down here. So we are in September last year with a decent run up, pullback, decent run. It's a nice head and shoulders. That was the neckline. We came right back down to support. Been talking about this one for ages and ages and ages. And then once we broke out of that, all pullbacks were bought, and then we're right back above. This was resistance. This is now support, and could start to break 140. We are very extended. A nice simple story there on Premier Foods. Anybody who is purely trading forex is missing out if you're not trading some of these stocks. For every stock that doesn't work, there are a good selection of ones that do. This Domino Pizza, this is broken up to resistance, a nice bottoming pattern now. If we hold here, I'd expect a cup and handle pattern there. There's the steam. And could well get back to at least 620, maybe more on Domino Pizza. And what's the other one? I'll look at sentiment. I was interested in this one. Nice trend line break. This is creeping up as well. We see 39 in this one. I think that'd be worth a shout Let's see if I can find back. General. I was asked about general today. Let's look at general. Ooh, that's took a long time to get up there. Very, very long time. Once we broke that 1,000 mark, right back down to here. Huge amount of support. So if we move sideways, perhaps dip a little lower but hold, I would be a buyer general to see if that can move up, because this is a very, very good technical chart. Pull back, pull back, pull back. So we've got 3 waves on there. As that broke up, downturn, downturn. But once we broke that level there, nice W pattern. Then we started to do some nice waves to the upside. So watch out for general, because this is a very, very key level. So thanks for pointing that out. And a couple of the US stocks. Looking at potash. Not good. Goldman's. That's good. That's good. This is there's a potential reversal bar on weekly S3 at major support on this one. We hold here. I think this is viable now with a stop under 151.40. Facebook has gone mad. It's got divergent RSI here. I'd love to see that at least come down to this level. And lastly, Apple. Talked about this a lot in recent months. Once we broke up the lovely double bottom, broke through this triangle. Once we broke out of that triangle, all pullbacks were bought. So if that comes down to 460, that's a buy. Alright, leave it there and see you tomorrow.